like all that stuff I was in prison actually dealing with, I didn't know that behind the scenes it was a dirty cop named Roger Galupski behind it all. I didn't know that my mother was a victim, one of many victims of this person. Right? All these things like came to me. They came in my life, and I had to deal with them. It's not something I wanted to deal with, something I just had to deal with. And because I'm on the other side of it now, I'm not going through the hurt moments like I did. I'm not suffering like I used to do with all of it. And I'm on the other side of it. I'm like now I'm a management coach. I'm like a stress management coach at this point. You know, I understand what trauma is. I understand what post-traumatic stress. See, all these different things, I understand what they are, and I also understand they mental. I also understand that if I don't say I have post-traumatic stress, I don't. If I don't claim any of that stuff, I don't. Your mind is that strong and is that fragile at the same time, depending on what stage we're in, depending on what level of frequency our mind is in, the beta, theta stage, whatever stage is in, will determine how well we take in information, how well we respond to the things that's outside of us. It's very important to keep your mental state good. And how do we do that? Well, I read a lot. Reading, exercising, eating clean food, because eating dirty food dirties up the mind. So if you put processed foods in the body, in the stomach, which is the second brain, it's going to fog and clear up. It's going to clog up the way we think. It's going to foggy up your mind. So I developed good habits during those time in prison that still carry on to me this day. Like I don't eat a lot, and I do exercise. I do run a lot. I am mindful of what I put in my body because I do understand it affects the way I think. So the average person right now is going through things, feel like they can't get out of the situation. They running around in circles, and really it's basically what they put in their bodies. Most of us is under the influence of a drug called processed foods and don't know it. But that's another part of this mentalism thing. It's another part of thoughts and being strong with your mindset, because the mind is formed by habits. Whatever we doing is going to determine how the mind's functioning. So if I'm always doing something poor, my mind's going to function poor. I guarantee it. I mean, if I'm eating poor, if I'm living poor, if I'm thinking poor, that's what my mindset is going to basically show me. My mind is going to start showing me images of what my life is based on what I'm thinking. So I had to think better. I had to eat better. I had to respond to life better. I had to apply more positive things in my life and less negative things if I want more positive things to show up. It's all mental. Everything starts with the way we think. If I wake up every day, and I do, I wake up every day and I always start with what I want to see and what I want. I always say, today is going to be a good day, or I love my life, or I'm always starting with something that's going to encourage me to do the things I got to do. I'm never starting with complaining, especially about nothing that happened yesterday. I always start your life, always start your day with something constructive, because that's how you're going to dictate it. I started my day with something positive. I got up and I took care of the body. The body clears the mind out. The body releases tension. The body releases serotonin when you work out. All the mood stabilizers that help you feel good. I get into that. Yoga, meditation, all these things to freeze the mind. The mind really is a terrible thing to waste, because that's the only thing that we can rely on. Though nothing else really exists in this life but the mindset. So I'm going to go back to, how do a person go through 23 years of being in prison for a crime he didn't commit, 2 life sentences, no help, family kind of left. He get through it with a mindset. He get through it with straining his mind to focus on the moment, not yesterday or tomorrow, but always focus on the moment. And that moment should be spent with all thoughts of what you want to walk into tomorrow. I already know my tomorrow gonna be like, because I already know what I'm thinking today. I already know what my life is gonna do, because I'm already thinking about it today. I don't have no doubts about how my next 5 years is gonna be, because I'm already thinking for it now. I already feel it. Quick thought came by way of my thoughts. I see it. It's the first episode. I'm telling y'all right now, as I look in the camera, It's gonna be the biggest podcast you ever seen. I already saw it. Can't nobody stop it.